All right, y'all. We back. We're back. That was a nice little lightning strike that shut us down, but we are back. We are back. So I'm gonna pretty much continue where I left off. I'm gonna give it a couple of minutes and let some people entre uh, into what we got going on here. Hey, Lisa Luckett, how you doing? Netta McCormick in the building. Mary Alicia, of course, you are still with us. Thank you. Thank you. Um, let's see. I won't be able to see, huh? All right. Well, I want to finish this up. I want to make sure we get as much of the information as possible. Yes, Linda Sanders, we're back. We're back. I'm trying to give everybody a chance to come on through so I can continue this information. We're gonna call this part two tonight. We're gonna do a part two. That lightning boy ain't no punk out here. You know, I'm out here in these sticks. You understand me? And we're making it. We're gonna make it do what it do. Okay. Hey Tina, thank you for coming back. Appreciate you. I know a lot of people are like, well, that's it for the night. He's done. No, we got that. We got that. We got that good. Uh, we got that good rain going on. I don't think we've had this much rain and storms as long as I've lived in San Antonio. I cannot ever remember a time where we've had this much rain and this much storms. And it's crazy. Yeah, and we haven't hit 100 degrees. That's another crazy. Well, we've hit it, but it's not been nearly what it normally is. Now, there are people who will say that there's no climate change or global warming and all of that, but I'm gonna just tell y'all like this: these weather patterns are not normal. Because this time of year, the only thing we be dealing with is heat. It'd be hot. You dig? All right. So let me get back into this thing. I was about to show you a very important video.
To tell if a mirror is two-way.
Uh-oh. There goes Sunshine talking about, or could it be the harp machine at its best? She said that's that weather. Was that weather making machine, Sunshine? That's what that is. Okay. All right. So moving on. Anyway, when you are in these hotels, we're continuing on from part one. We are calling this part two only because we got this bad weather, the lightning struck and shut the whole thing down. We're gonna try to finish this up right quick before we get too far out of pocket. Sherry Brown said the Texas power grid is pretty shaky too. Yeah, that don't help either, does it? I promise you. They always talking about Texas don't need nothing. Yeah, well, whatever. They need a new governor. That's what they need. But anyway, how they say, I digress. I digress. So when you're in the hotels, we've covered the things such as the conditions, of course. We've covered how to secure these door locks. Now, I only gave you one way with the towel. There's actually another one. I want to show y'all this one too. There's another way to do that with the hotel room lock. I'm gonna go ahead and put that up right quick while we wait on more people to return to the live. Let me see, because let's see, hotel lock safety. Let's see what we got here. I want to show you guys. Where's the one? Where's the one with the hangers? Because there's another really good one. Oh, here it is, right here. This one right here. Let me pull this video.
I saw a video by someone on hotel safety and how to keep it safe and make sure that this latch cannot be moved or opened. And they told me 2 coat hangers. So we're gonna try that.
Okay, wait a minute. We gotta start that over right quick. Let me show this to you guys. This is the 2 coat hanger method. And this is a good one. Let me see. Let's put this up. All right. Hotel security in bad areas. Coat hanger method.
I saw a video by someone on hotel safety and how to keep it safe and make sure this latch cannot be moved or opened. And they told me 2 coat hangers. So we're gonna try that out and then I'll show you my preferred way of doing this. There's some merit to this, so if you don't have anything else, this could help. I'm gonna show you my preferred method. So my preferred method is actually a belt. So number one for this one is the latch right here. Gonna go in, go through here, and then connect it. If it's short enough, you can put it in the hole right there. And that way, once they open, they can't really I saw a video by someone on hotel safety and how to keep it safe and make sure this
but
latch
just to give
cannot
you,
be
it's just
moved
yet
or
another
opened.
example
And they told me
of what you can do. I don't know that I particularly care for that one, only because I'm also a security nut when it comes to being able to get out of situations. Now, what if something happens in that room and he's got that belt looped and all of that like that? Then you got to try to fumble and figure out,
Fire thing.
Yeah, when you got to try to figure out how to get out of there. The hangers are better and the towel is even better because you can just pull that out and get on down. You ain't got to worry. See, again, safety. Because what happens if you're in one of these high-rise hotels and a fire alarm goes off? You got a long walk, baby. Them stairs ain't nothing to play with. We were in a hotel once and the fire alarm did go off. I guess someone had left something in a microwave or whatever the case was, and it was bad enough. I think we were on the 6th floor, something like that. We had to walk down and go outside, and all the steppers was out there in their pajamas and everything. What? Yeah. So we called it the fire sale for the event. but nonetheless, when you're under these conditions and these circumstances, not only do you want to be safe in terms of keeping people out, you want to also be able to get out if you need to. So that's just food for thought right there. Now, let's get to this other situation. We're going to talk about these mirrors, y'all, where it is important to know, not only while we discuss the cameras, if there is a situation with mirrors. Mirrors are very, very tricky. They have a little thing, for those of you who don't know, I'm sure many of you do, but they have a little thing called two-way mirrors. Now, Mary Alicia says, I left my key in my room once, and the hospitality staff member actually let me in without showing her ID. See, you just don't know. You don't know. And there's so many things that take place under these circumstances that we just got to be careful. Now, we talked about cameras. Now, let me tell you what a two-way mirror can entail. Usually in a hotel, unless it's a mirror that's possibly or potentially against a wall out in the main area, bathrooms are the main mirrors that we spend a lot of our time in. Well, sometimes if a person uses a camera behind a two-way mirror, that can be also very dangerous. Now, I remember back in the 70s, might even been the 80s, where the two-way mirrors were very popular. But they were popular for people. You ever seen those infinity mirrors where, it looks like a table was just a mirror, but then you flip a switch and the lighting inside looks like it's going way down. You can look down, like you can look down in there. Two-way mirror, y'all. So you want to be able to check these mirrors when you go into a hotel because you don't know what's behind it or who's behind it. So this video that I'm about to show you is one that will give you a little bit of assistance in that arena to show you what to look for and why you're looking for it. Okay, here we go. Let's check this out.
To tell if a mirror is two-way, first, turn off all of the lights. Then, turn on the flashlight on your phone. Shine the light directly into the mirror. If it's a two-way mirror, you'll be able to see the other side. Otherwise, you'll just see your reflection.
All right. And that is a WikiHow video.
To tell
Always good to, and I'm going to suggest again, I'm going to tell you guys, look at these YouTube videos. Check them out because they have lots of good information on them, and there are ways that you're going to protect yourself and be safe when you're at these places, especially for those of you who love to rent the Airbnbs. The Airbnbs are probably some of the most insecure situations that you can be in. Why? Number one, you don't know who has a key. Number two, you don't know if the owner of that property has it set up specifically for the purpose of spying, videoing, audio recording, any of that. You don't know. Be prepared to check your surroundings prior to doing anything, taking your clothes off, depending on how shy you are. Some folks don't care. You know, you got folks that, you know, are very private. And of course you should be. You should have what is called a reasonable expectation of privacy. That's what the law calls it. When you are in a place where you expect to be able to be nude, have sex with yourself, whatever it is. And no one should have the right or ability to see you unless you want to be seen. So, again, Airbnbs, they sometimes are less expensive and they be real fly, but you just don't know. These are the things. This is why this kind of stuff is important. If you are renting an Airbnb, go around that particular property, check all of the windows, see if the windows are unlocked, if they go up or down. Make sure that they are secure. Make sure that, say, for example, the room that you're staying in has a lock on it. If it does not, an old trick, very simple trick, that's good just for, if nothing more than alerting you. A chair under a doorknob. The old school way, we used to take a chair and we prop it underneath the doorknob with the bottom leg, back legs on the floor, and you push it up under the doorknob to secure a door. If somebody tries to open it, they can't. These little things are nothing more than safety measures to protect you against potential intruders or people who just got BS on their mind. And that's anywhere from the owners to an outsider. Think about it. Just because you rent an Airbnb somewhere, there may be other people in the neighborhood who know for a fact that that house is an Airbnb house. And they may be saying, yeah, we got some suckers in there today. We got some live ones. Let's go in there and see what they got. You don't know what's going on in that neighborhood because you don't live there and you don't go there all the time. While Airbnbs are less expensive, they can be a bit of a headache. Now, I just happen to have someone who just came on the live, Miss Kim Davis, part of CK Productions, and my good friend. She is a hotel general manager. Oh, she's your good friend? Yes. Oh, my bad. Anyway, Kim could probably give us some pointers on these types of things because she's very aware of hotel safety and things of that nature because she actually works there. And there are things that take place in those hotels that many of us in the public will never, ever know about. Honey Lock says, door stopper does the same as a chair, easier to use, and you can travel with it. There you go. You can throw a door stopper in your bag. Buy one at, I'm sure Amazon sells them. I'm sure you can get them at Walmart and other places. Throw one of those under the door. Keep that door from just opening up. Mary Alicia says, keep in mind that many hotel rooms no longer have carpet, so the chair method may not work. Well, here's the other thing about the chair method, Mary, and that is that if it does nothing else, you will hear it move if someone is attempting to enter your space. So that within itself can be, if nothing else, a deterrent, a detector, enough for you to have enough seconds to make a move if you need to. Trina Bennett says, order Amazon hidden camera detector. There you go, Trina. Thank you. And that's from the first segment where we talked about the cameras in the place. That's what I was talking about. You can actually get those online. Amazon, you can get them on eBay and different places like that. Now, what I suggest is that you go on YouTube or something like that and do get reviews, find out which ones work better than others. Yes, some will be a little more expensive than others, but well worth it in the long run, because if you think about it, it's nothing more than another form of insurance. So you're going to want to make sure of these things. And again, like I said, the hotel rooms are one thing, but Airbnbs, baby, you need to really do your homework. You need to really do your due diligence and make sure that you have the things that you need in order to keep yourself safe. Because again, you don't know what's going on with a Airbnb. That's somebody's actual property. And me being the type of person that I am, fortunately, I'm a person with integrity. And although I have property that I'm thinking about doing Airbnb with, I would never do anything like that. But I am a tech head. And let's just keep it a buck. I could easily set a house up to where if I just wanted to be nosy about every person that comes there and rents, I could do that. I mean, the technology is out here and it's so easily available that it's crazy. And people with nefarious habits and bad actors do this without the rest of us knowing. And here we are thinking, oh, well, we just gonna go up in here. Mary Lisa says, check those joining rooms also. Yes, I agree with that too. The adjoining rooms. You have where one door butts up against another door. Now, sometimes those are good rooms to have when you have a group of people that want to party together and hang out and they're at the same hotel. And yeah, you got free reign between two rooms. Cool. All that's good. But when you don't want that, again, a chair against the door, something in front of the door, piece of luggage. I tend to stack luggage in front of doors like that. Whatever, just something to keep, make me aware. And, things like that. So that's just one more of those things to keep up with. So also, now, let me get into some other, those are the physical safety things. Now, I'm going to tell y'all a quick story. So one year, we were at an event, and there was a young lady who had traveled to that event alone. We partied our tail off the night before. The next morning, fortunately, she had connected with some people inside the hotel or at the party that were from the same area as she was from. They hit it off really well. Everyone had a really good time. And it was all good. The next morning, while we were all going down to sit and eat and have breakfast and things, someone out of that other group said, where is so-and-so? They were inquiring about the young lady whom they had spoken with the night before and hung out with. And no one had heard from her. So someone had acquired her phone number during the event, and they called her and they said, man, have you seen so-and-so? When they called her, she wasn't no answer. So she, everybody was, well, anybody seen her? Nobody had seen her. She answered her phone. So somebody went up and knocked on the door. No answer. So someone went back down. They went back down to the front desk and they said, listen, we're looking for the young lady who was staying in this room. Has she checked out? And they were like, oh no, she's still checked in. Well, then they said, well, we need to do a wellness call. We need to do a wellness check. I need you all to go and check and see, is she okay? So hotel staff went up there, knocked on the door, no answer. They put the key in the door, they opened the door, and there she was, ill. Fortunately, still alive, but ill. They called the ambulance, and they took her to the emergency room that day. Now, why am I mentioning this? Because some of us who travel alone, who may not have the large circle of friends and the groups of people that you run with, you need people looking out for you. You need to let somebody know where you are, who you are. Make your presence felt to the point where, even if it's not somebody at the stepper set, let somebody in your family know where you are, what you're doing, so that worst case scenario, you can be checked on if you're by yourself. Now, if you're traveling in groups, that's cool because, everybody you're going to kick it and hang out, and that type of thing. That's all good. Make sure somebody knows where you are. And some people like to move in silence. They like to live these secretive lives, and they go and jet set off somewhere and by themselves. No one knows where they are. No one has any contact information. No one knows who to call if something happens. None of that. That's not really safe. It's not very smart. Sometimes people just feel like getting away, and I get it. I do. But when it comes to this right here, please let somebody know what's going on with you. Connect up with somebody. Do something. Now, I'm not saying you got to be, all friendly to the point where it's ridiculous. But in this community, in as much as, yes, there are people who bear watching, there are a lot of majority fantastic individuals within this community who respect the etiquette, they respect the culture and the history and the people around the community, and they will look out for not only you, but everybody around you. I'm one of those people. If you are in a situation, you are an individual who is by yourself. I'm the type of guy that you can literally come to and say, hey, B, inside Steppin, look, you know what? I'm here by myself. I just want to, check in and let y'all know, I'm here, whatever the case is. Go to the producer lady, whoever. Just so we aware that you're around. Stay on top of us. Let's keep us on, let's make sure we on top of each other. You know what I mean? Also, and I'm glad Jackie Hodges mentioned this, she said she is a regular on the whim traveler, but at all times, her location is being shared the entire time she's traveling, whether in or out of the country. So see, there's another method, y'all. We got all this technology. Let's use it. Let somebody know where you are. Keep them in your share group, whatever it is, whatever you call it, and make sure that you all can keep up, somebody can keep up with you. Now, someone else made a very good point in here, and they said, be careful with the drinks too, Renee Ford. Absolutely. There are people like Bridget Vanilla Drop who make drink covers. Buy you a drink cover. When y'all get off this live, blow Vanilla Drop's page up. I know she gonna choke me. I don't care. Look, if Pinky, Daryl Smooth Greenwood's wife, Pinky and Vanilla Drop both make drink covers. Blow their pages up. Blow their inboxes up. Tell them Inside Steppin said, hey, I need one of them drink covers. Why do you need a drink cover? Because first of all, we're on the set. You want to dance? You want to hang out? You want to party? You want to take your drink, move your drink every time you want to go dance? No. Now, a measure of safety, put your drink cover over your drink. They usually have 4 little weights on each corner and a hole in the middle for your straw with your drink underneath. That keeps people from rolling up and whoop, 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 sprinkle, sprinkle in your drink, drop something in your drink, squirt something in your drink. That is a deterrent. That is another way for you not to be a mark in the game. Save yourself by doing these little things to make sure that you are safe. Because I'm going to tell you something. Think about this. Ladies, how many of y'all ever been sitting at a bar? And this don't even not just on the stepper set, but just sitting at a bar somewhere. And some guy, and I say some guy, shit, I'm talking about me, will ease up in between you and whoever's right here because he's trying to order a drink from the barmaid. Well, what if I'm a guy who is on BS and I'm waiting on you to turn your head so I can slip something in your drink right quick. And I'm going to hang around long enough until you start feeling some kind of way and I'm going to be in your ear and I'm going to do what I'm going to do. That's the way they get you. It's one way. Cover those drinks. Drink covers. Drink covers. Drink covers. Pinky Greenwood. Ravinda Greenwood on Facebook. Vanilla Drop. Miss Bridget White. Drink covers. Get you one. They make some beautiful drink covers. They are sharp. You can get one for every color. You can get one to match every outfit you got. And you be ready to go when you're on the set. When you get there, you pull it out your purse, because you know y'all carry them big old purses with 9,000 things in them that you never going to use. Let the drink cover be the one. Put that over your drink, and then you get to go dance. You got your partner sitting there monitoring your drink. The barmaids are usually pretty good about keeping up, depending on where you at with the drinks. Your table, you at a table, you got 10 people sitting there. Cover your drink, go get your dance on, come back. And I'm just saying, that's just one more way. I'm not saying it's going to prevent everything, but I am saying that it is a deterrent. And when it comes to crime, theft, vandalism, and all kinds of other stuff, you can't necessarily stop things from happening, but you can deter them. You can make it harder. Don't make it so easy for people to get you. Beamer Johnson says some bartenders are spiking drinks now. Yeah, then there's that. Yeah, I've seen that as of late as well. But these are the things that you need to be aware of. Make sure that you have your medications and things available. I was at an event with someone one time, and the funny thing was, myself and my traveling partners had no idea that the young lady we were traveling with had asthma. And we were at dinner. After a major event, we were at dinner, eating and just talking about the day and the events that had taken place. And the young lady gets up and she excuses herself to the restroom. Well, a few minutes later, we're sitting there, and of course she's noticeable that she's gone because she was a personal assistant to a friend of mine. And we were like, where is she? And he asked one of the other young ladies to get up and go and check on her in the restroom. Well, he goes in there to check on her in the restroom. She's laid out in the middle of the daggone restroom floor. Now, because of people's privacy, everybody doesn't want you to know that they have ailments and illnesses. Everybody doesn't want you to know that they are allergic to something. Nuts, fish. I've seen people get into situations where they're eating something and not aware of what's in it, but anaphylactic shock. Who knew this person was allergic to fish or nuts or something? And they then go into anaphylactic shock or start to, pass out, whatever the case may be. You don't know people's medical conditions. None of us do. We hear things, we see things, but we must pay attention. She didn't let us know that she was ill or she needed her medication, her asthma pump. We never, as long as she had been around us, years, we never saw her use a doggone pump. So we, of course, had to call emergency. They came, checked on her, did all of this stuff. And I'm not going to lie, I was a little pissed off because I thought to myself, that was not fair of her to put us in a situation where we didn't know what to do, having to deal with speaking with her family and others in regard to her medical condition. I mean, and don't get me wrong, you ain't gonna go around telling everybody, oh, well, I got this and I'm sick and you gotta. But if you know you're a person that has the potential to run into a problem, the people who you're with need to know. Somebody needs to know these things. Because we didn't know what to do with her or the situation. All I'm saying to y'all in the nutshell is just be mindful of your surroundings. Be mindful of the potential. And I'm not telling people be paranoid and everywhere you go, look over your shoulder and all that. I'm not saying none of that, even though that's kind of how I am. But I'm not telling everybody else to be that way, but I am telling you to use common sense. Use common sense tactics in order to stay in survivor mode, in order to survive the potential for other things to take place. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that for you. Nobody wants to have to deal with what comes with it. And there are a lot of people who are very compassionate in this community, and they always want to help, and they're always there for other people, and they want to make sure that everybody is okay and take care of each other. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. But if you don't allow somebody to do that for you, then, well, you know, you kind of get what you get. I am happy. I am elated that here we are this far into the game. And I think that historically speaking, there's only maybe one or two scenarios that I'm aware of where people became that ill or actually perished during a set. So just keep these things in mind. Kim Davis says, let's send up prayers for Ferris Henderson. Yes, absolutely. Definitely shouts go out to my man. We're looking for a speedy recovery, my brother, recovery in general. And, you know, prayers out most definitely to you. And we are looking forward to seeing you again. So the bottom line is, y'all, use common sense on the set. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about has to do with videography, photography. This topic has come up a little bit in recent months or weeks. It's always been a topic. Let me make one thing very, very clear to everybody. I do this. I've been doing this a long time. I have gotten into it with actual celebrities about photographs. When it comes to photography and videography, no photographer, no person with a cell phone, no person doing any of this needs your permission on the set to take your picture or your video. People get pissed off and they get mad and they're angry. This is why I'm going here with this. There are people who get upset and they want to begin rants and raves and start tripping and all this type of thing here. Before you get an attitude with somebody, and this is a safety tip now, about what they're videotaping or them videotaping you or whatever the case may be smart enough to approach them politely and ask, hey, could you do me a favor and probably, you know, maybe not post that or take that down, whatever the case is, because you don't have to necessarily give them a reason, because some stuff is private. There are people who are in scenarios that they don't belong in. There are people who have medical issues and they shouldn't be on the floor dancing. There are people who are supposed to be at work and they're not. All I'm saying is, let's be polite to one another and stay safe by doing so. Because there are people who sometimes, you know, we make a lot of assumptions about people on the set. Let's not do that. Let's respect one another and show respect for those, and they'll hopefully show respect back to you. That's the safe thing to do. All the other stuff, I prefer that we travel about throughout the country, enjoy each other's time and energy, enjoy each other's space. And in doing so, realize as individuals, and if you all remember, I mentioned earlier a thing called a reasonable expectation of privacy, which is what you're entitled to when you rent a place. When you are in public, the law says you have no reasonable expectation of privacy in public. That is the law, which means that I can videotape you, I can photograph you, and pretty much do anything else I want in that regard without your permission or consent. I don't need it. I'm only saying this because I want you all to be safe when you start to tell people about not doing this and not doing, you know, y'all cool out with all that. And as Sharice Wright says, no, how about stay your ass at home if you can't be seen? Well, now, I got no argument for that. No lies detected. Absolutely correct, Sharice, because I feel the same way. If you got that big a problem, maybe you should probably stay at home. that is going to pretty much conclude, because I know we've gone well over an hour because I'm a half an hour into this second session. But I just want to put these little fun facts and things out here for you all to be safe on the set. Homecoming is coming up at the end of next month. There will be in the neighborhood of between 4, and I'm only going based off of numbers that I've seen so far, there will be between 4 and 6,000 steppers in one place. Now, if you do human statistics and you understand that statistically speaking, there are one in every however many, this, that, or the others. Now, that could be good or bad. 1 in 10 men is a predator. Now, that's not an actual statistic, but I'm throwing that out there. 1 in 5 people got this disease, whatever the case may be. I want you to understand you're going to be in a group of a lot of people, and there's a lot to be mindful of. Take care of your business, stay in your lane, mind the business that pays you, have a good time, get your dance on, and don't assume that these people are your friends. Renee Ford, very good point. If you are sick with a cold, something transferable, please mask up or stay home.
Stay your ass up.
Do not come there and start your own damn epidemic. Real talk. That's real talk right there. That's safe. Speaking of that, I'm glad you brought that up, Renee. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, go to your local grocery store, your local pharmacist, your local Amazon. Buy you a big old bottle of vitamin C. Buy you a bottle of zinc. This is not medical advice. Let me preface this by saying that. Take them. Load up on your vitamin C. Load up on your zinc. There are other things that you can do as well. What that is a boost to your immune system, which will allow you to have probably a better time and help your body to deter any of these potential colds or anything else. Because people, them summer colds is a beast, man. And as Sheila White said, sip, sip, take your butt home, dance and go home. Yeah, that's good. Prepare yourself. Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. Six P's, not 4. That's what I said earlier. 4. Make sure you have your ducks in a row. Make sure you got your stuff straight. Throw you some hand sanitizer in your purse, ladies. Fellas, they make the little small bottles. Keep one in your pocket. Think about all of the hands that you're going to be touching. This don't just apply to the homecoming. I just use that as an example. This is everywhere you go. This is at all the sets. Fellas, have some spare shirts on deck so you're not sweating all over everybody. Them towels, they're okay to have, but don't be dancing so your wet ass towel is all over the lady that you're dancing with. These are etiquette things. That's all I'm saying. But they're safe. A lot of transference of sweat, slob, body fluids in general will be taking place. I know that just makes it all sound so gross, but it's the truth. It's the reality of what we do. We dance. And in order to do this partner couple dance, we must come in contact with one another, which is a very large part of what we all do and why we do what we do. Renee Ford says, Mary Alicia says, wash your hands after a few dances in addition to hand sanitizer. Absolutely. I agree with that. Renee Ford says, everybody is grown. No judgment from me. Please wear condoms and or dental dams. Ish is real. I live in Florida. They are saying to use the PrEP, Google if you don't know, or be celibate. We are all human. There you go. Absolutely. Jackie Hodges says, please have some spare shirts. It's so disgusting that you're sweating and transferring your body fluids. Mary Alicia says, dirty dancing, literally and figuratively. All right. That's enough for tonight, y'all. I've done my job. I've just made you aware of some things, and I'm hoping that I want everybody to continue to have a great time out here on the set. No matter which party you go to, where you choose to spend your money, don't forget to hold your promoters accountable. If they're not doing what they're supposed to do, make sure they are made aware and, complain like you would with any other business. These are businesses, and they do owe you what they say they're going to give you for your money. So just be mindful of that as well. I want to make sure that I thank everybody for coming through. Thank y'all for working with us through the rainstorm, because it is still storming out here, and I know the power gonna probably go out again. I better get off of here before we don't get to get off of here. And I want everybody to have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful week. Do not forget on Sunday, Brown Liquor Sundays, your host, DJ Be Real, yours truly. We'll be on the ones and twos, WBOE, the best of everything. That's Mr. Reggie Miles Network, or flyradio.com with 2 Ys for a double dose of that great music. Y'all come hang out with your boy. No, I do not play Stepper's music on Brown Liquor Sundays. We play that good old fashioned brown liquor music. And in the words of my man Will, he say, brown liquor walking. We ain't gonna, I'm gonna play some brown liquor music so you can do some brown liquor walking. And Will Perkins gonna get on your neck if you do, if he catch you out here brown liquor walking. Now, for those of you, according to Cheryl Head, who are not brown liquor drinkers, be sure to have your gin, vodka, or tequila, or whatever your beverage of choice may be. But either way it goes, I'm going to put you to bed. I'm going to tuck you in real nice with Brown Liquor Sunday, so y'all come hang out with your boy. Don't forget, next Monday, check my man Reggie Miles with Conversations, Monday from 7 until, because he be going. They have great conversations. Their conversation this week on yesterday was fantastic, and they talked about walking and things within the community that are really wonderful. So y'all don't forget to check that out. With all that said, I want to thank you all. I love you. Ain't nothing you could do about it. We're going to see y'all up the road and down the street every chance we get. So it's been lovely. Good night. The views and opinions expressed in this program are not necessarily those of its hosts, Urban Arts Enterprises, its advertisers, or affiliates, and are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent. Never measure an event by the quantity of the people in attendance, but by the quality of memories you create with the people who are present.